Hi, everyone. As you're joining, I would encourage you to, if you're in a space where you can be on camera, I would love to see your faces. So since this will be a small group, or to be able to be off mute as well, because this will be interactive.
Hi, Heather. I'm finishing eating lunch real quick, so I'm going to finish shoveling that in. I'm sure that not everyone wants to see that.
I understand. I understand. Thank you, Erin.
Sure.
Hi, everyone. Right now I'm staring at just myself. So if anyone would like to join on camera, oh, thanks, Erica. Thank you. I would gladly be able to see your faces. And obviously you are unmuted as well. This will be interactive. And just to remind you who I am, so I'm Heather Osipovich. I'm the Director of Hospital Services with Nevada Donor Network. And we serve about 85% of the state of Nevada for organ donation. And then we work with all of the counties in the state of Nevada for tissue and eye donation. And we also do birth tissue donation here, which is the placenta and umbilical cord during a living birth donation. So the reason that I'm overseeing this aspect of strategies to identify and recruit new workplace partners is at Nevada Donor Network years ago. So we are a small donor service area. We have a lot of geographical territory, but we have a small hospital territory. And so when the campaign was kind of targeted toward hospital partners, I had worked with the Akoya team to try to maximize the opportunity for us to engage out of hospital partners in the campaign before it going live this year with that. So hopefully I can provide and answer any questions you have. And so I have a few kind of questions to run on, and then to just kind of spur the conversation. And I know we're limited on time with about 11 minutes to chat. So I recognize that not everyone's going to be able to be on camera, but I do implore you to unmute and kind of participate. So in your area where you serve, whether you work in a hospital or where you work in a community setting, or you're working with an organ procurement organization or Donate Life industry group, what are some non-hospital industries that you all already have represented in your area working in the donation campaign? And anyone can answer.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, Jamila. So it's going to be, oh, Jamila. Okay. In your area where you, like depending on like what industry you currently work in, if it's the OPO industry or if it's a hospital setting, are there out of hospital or non-hospital folks that you already have engaged in doing the donation campaign, whether that be like tabling events to get points, flag raisings, and things like that?
Okay.
So I'll take this for the team. There's actually 3 of us here from the same OPO, including Jamila and also Megan.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we're from Versity out of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I think one of the new partnerships that we have is the DNB. We started a pilot program with them this year, and so they were able to sort of roll into the HRSA, which is now donation. And I think that was the first time that they've attended, if Megan can correct me on that. But yeah, it was just a virtual education program, and they were able to earn points that way as well. So I think Megan just unmuted herself. She can talk a little bit more on that.
Yeah. I was just going to, I'm sorry I'm not on camera today, but I promise you this is better. So, right, we were already doing an educational program with our, a few of our DMVs and our DSA. We did not do all. We kind of piloted just with one county this year. And it was easy to kind of get them on board because we were able to just kind of show them that the things that they were already doing and participating in were able to earn them points on the HRSA scorecard and to receive that recognition. And so, We also, and I'm not necessarily talking about specifically DMVs, but just kind of in general when trying to engage other organizations outside of hospitals. It's something that we've been trying to do for a number of years. I've been with Versity for 4 years with this team, and it was it was something they wanted to make happen since before I came on board. It's definitely been a challenge though, because I think a lot of times trying to kind of show people what the program is seems really overwhelming. They see like all of these different things that are possible, and they start to feel like, oh my gosh, that's just a lot. That's a really big lift. I don't think that we can commit to that. And so we've really had more success in kind of spelling out how easy it is. Like, this is the stuff that you're already doing.
Yep.
And this is the, just with this tiny little push, you could put yourself up to the next level, or, and then once we're able to kind of spell out just how easy it is to kind of nickel and dime those points to get yourself into that recognition level, that's when we start to see more of those positive responses from people. And Jamila is newer to our team as well. She has started taking over outreach to universities and high schools and those types of things. And we do engage with a few SOTA chapters. I don't know if everybody is familiar, but SOTA is an acronym. It stands for Student Organ Donation Advocates. There are chapters throughout the country, and we do have some within our DSA that we try to engage in this program as well.
That's great. I think your approach of showing them what they're already would get recognition for the work they're doing to raise awareness for donation initiatives and kind of the engagement that already exists, especially on the DMV side, because they do get very passionate about a program that they can put their minds around. Excuse me. And so I'm excited to hear that. Is that throughout the state that you guys are doing that, or just within a specific, like the metropolitan areas with the DMVs?
Right now, it's just within Milwaukee County. So where our headquarters is located, that is our kind of largest and most diverse county within our DSA. So that was where we wanted to kind of start and pilot this program to kind of work out the kinks. And the intention is to hopefully, expand that throughout other counties in the future. I do know from the DLW, so Donate Life Wisconsin state chapter side of things, it's also, there hasn't been anything put in place yet, but there's definitely chatter about trying to engage our DMVs statewide in some level of this campaign as well in 2023.
That's great. Thank you for sharing, and welcome to the three of you from Versity. It's great to have you, and thank you for sharing that. DMVs are a great place because, of course, I don't know if Wisconsin's the same, but in Nevada, 90% of our registrations happen at the DMV. We do push the online registry, the Donate Life America registry, and have it linked through our website as well as through, every hospital full poster, for this campaign, and every partner poster, but a majority of them in our state, of course, register. And I think that's the trend across the country. It may not be that high, but a majority of folks register still through the DMV. And so having that recognition, being able to get in front of them. What I would encourage you to just also remember is if you do have flyers up or you have something up throughout the entirety of the campaign, each month that they are up, that counts. So if you have posters up related to your OPO or registering to donate through the Donate Life campaign or yours as a joint initiative at the DMV, make sure that you're capturing not just a single point earning there, but for each of the months of the campaign. Because that does, I know usually they'll leave that stuff up. Sometimes it's like in April they'll do it, but additionally, if they want to do it for Thanksgiving or during the holiday season, or if they just leave them up year round, like we have some that leave them up year round, that might be helpful.
Yeah, that is really helpful. I know that's something that we've had lack of clarity of in the past, is kind of like how to gauge those points. And if it's up once, do they only get it once, or do they get it, over and over again? Same thing with social media. If you're making the same post, but you're doing it across different platforms, we've always counted those separately.
Yes,
but we weren't sure if that's what we were supposed to do or not.
No, you are. And I would say they count, and that's of course a single point, but on each, because you have different followers on each different social media platform. And so each one would count. So if they post on LinkedIn, Facebook, and Instagram, that would be 3 times the social media. You're correct to do it that way. But I know some people put Donate Life flags up, and leave them up for the entire year, and then you replace it the next year and have a kind of an event for that, they get credit for having that flag up for the entirety of the campaign. And it's generally, I would recommend doing it once per month. So it's one per month for the criteria. So how, and I know we're short on time, for others that are involved or those, the lovely ladies have already spoken, how are you going to provide different support? So is the support going to look different for your hospital versus your non-hospital participants? How does that look? And I recognize most of our OPOs maybe have different humans that oversee partnerships that are hospital versus non-hospital, but how are you treating the campaign differently? Does anyone have anything to share? Or maybe you aren't treating it differently. Well, while people are thinking, or if there's something that maybe there isn't a lot to add here, I will share something that we've seen with funeral homes. So I do implore you to engage the funeral homes in this program. They are very competitive by nature because of their industry. And so we had started a funeral home campaign challenge where actually a parent company that has several locations, each of them decided to compete against each other for point recognition and earning. And then all of that kind of came together because they're one entity, but they had individual competitions amongst each other to see who could provide the most points to their mortuary company scorecard. So I do recommend doing like, I know that there's always been like a campaign competitions in the hospital side is a recommendation, but it is very positive and very interesting to see in the funeral home. Also, we're going to run out of time here in a second, is public safety. So we have our Metropolitan Police Department located here in Clark County, Las Vegas area, the sheriff's offices across the state of Nevada, as well as the state police are enrolled in the campaign. And why that's important is we just had our celebration for last year, and one of the public service offices won the most new registrations as something that we recognize them for. And the competition amongst the people in the room, because we don't announce who's winning until they're there, was intense amongst public safety. Because as you can imagine, police versus sheriffs versus state police or public safety offices for other areas are competitive with each other and very proud of the part that they play in public safety. So I do highly recommend seeing if you can get them engaged and letting them know about it. And again, same approach that you've had with your DMVs. They're already doing a lot of public awareness initiatives that would make sense to combine with registration events or public facing donation events. Oh, yes, that's right. That's great, Megan. Thank you for sharing that for the group too. Megan shared that they also are a blood donation center and bank. So to partner with blood services and engage the existing partners who hold blood drives. That's amazing. That's a great idea. And those that aren't also a joint initiative with blood banks, that's a great way to engage and partner that with your local like Red Cross and others. Well, I appreciate you guys. This time went very quickly. I think we're going back to the other session, but thank you for those that shared. And I hope that those were listening. Hope there's something to take away, and I'll see you back in the main session. So thank you all.